How's it going? Welcome to episode 16, Roy Keane's squad number. Emer McManus, how are things?
Nice. I was actually down in Roy Keane's neck of the woods in Cork there a couple of weeks ago, and Kev was telling me all about where he grew up playing soccer, which I didn't know, which was cool.
Kev from Cork, is he?
No, Kev is a Clare man like yourself.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Yeah, well, he's kind of East Clare, dodge enough. But played soccer in Cork. Interesting. Interesting.
How was your week?
It was good, so I was off for a couple of days with the midterm. Not all the days, but I was off Thursday through Sunday. So on the Monday, I was on the server at 8:59, ready to get my times in. Got a time Friday morning, 20 past 10. Got a time Saturday morning with the lads around 9 a.m. Got a time Sunday morning, 10 past 9 or something.
Nice.
By Wednesday afternoon, I checked the YR and I saw the weather and I booked 4 days in the indoor academy we have. Thanks be to God. Thanks be to God the club invested in that because rained off. Now I could have played Sunday, but plans changed. I had to, we were getting an earlier ferry than required because it's got the car back. So if people are tuning in, they know Paddy had a bit of car trouble. Haven't got the bill for it, but I do have it back. So yeah, like most people, rained off for most of the weekend, but luckily there's an indoor setup. So we were on track, man. We got, myself and Christopher, got loads of use out of it, a couple hours a day. We do pay for it. It ain't free. So what did we do in the simulator? I did some technique work on a day one and played 9 holes par 3 with Christopher. Day 2 was a wedge matrix. So I broke down like how far I hit all the wedges. And I might put a clip about that in the coming weeks. But how I did that. And then day 3 was I did a TrackMan combine. So it's like it gives you what your handicap is over 60 odd shots. And I played 8 of actual shortening course for Christopher, so junior tees. But I put Christopher on first onto the simulator as I do my new mobility program, which we might get into. But then he was having so much fun. He ended up hitting like 100 balls, 140 balls. I just let him off. So I curtailed my session, but no harm in that either.
2 questions. What did TrackMan show your golf handicap as when you did your 60 shots?
On the combine. So you start off with wedges and it goes up to driver over, I think it's 30 shots. So you get each yardage 3 times. And then you do that again. And that's your combine. 5 point something.
Nice. And my second question is, which wedges do you carry in your bag most often?
So pitching wedge, people often forget the pitching wedge is a wedge.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't have it in my wedge matrix last year, right? I was like, the pitching wedge is a wedge. Pitching wedge, then 50, 54, 58.
Interesting. I'm a 52, 56, 60 gal.
There you go. Well, I was only using this. I was 52, 56, 60. And then I realized I only used the 60 out of pot bunkers. And I never chip with it. And I had a big gap between pitch and wedge, which was 46 degrees. And 52, I had 6 degrees of a gap. So I decreased that down. I generally chip with the 54. And if I do need to chip with the 58, just open up that face a bit and it's magically 60 or even 62. But yeah. Nice touch was I get my clubs in 4 Golf Custom, and on the wedges on the 50, 54 and 58, they're from Mizuno, they're T3s, and they have my kids' names stamped in them. Engraved, stamped in them. So Christopher obviously won't fit nearly on a wedge, but his nickname is Dino, so Dinho. We can get into that another day maybe. And then Sophie is on the 54 and Paige is on the 58. So the dad joke is it's the only time I hit my kids is on the golf course because their names are on the wedges. It was funny when a buddy of mine was caddying for me Junior Cup last year. You go, what wedge do you want? I go, give me Sophie there. Give me Paige.
I love that.
So yeah.
Love that. Yeah. I was I didn't say this to you when we were planning this episode. I was in your neck of the woods. I was in your neck of the woods at the weekend. I was at a hen in the scanner. I was at a hen and I was up by Lahinch Golf Club and I was in the pub and then I ended up in the Claremont. I would say the oldest person there by 14 years with my friends. I think we were the laughing stock of the Claremont, but it's what my friend who's getting married wanted to do, so we did it. And I swear to God, I was driving out of Lahinch on Sunday morning, tail between the legs. I was fine to drive, and Paddy, I was actually looking out for you. I was like, I might see him. Who knows?
You could have done. I'm surprised you didn't see me running or fast yogging on the prom on Saturday morning. I went out for a jaunt, desperate weather. But funny story about the Mont. Can't believe you went Monton. Is what the locals would call that. You're going to the Mont.
I know.
Christmas time, I went out for a few drinks with my buddies. I felt like I was 18, 19 again. I got dropped over by the mother, and the father was picking me up. So 1 a.m. the father texted him, all good. Oh no, it was a friend of mine's 40th. It was Alan O'Brien's 40th. So as you can collect from that, it was early December actually. But I have two phones. I have a work phone and I have my phone. So I text my father off my phone, didn't have the work phone out. And he texted me when he arrived, where are you? But he texted the work phone.
Oh no.
So my dad, now I was outside the pub waiting, so we just missed each other maybe by a minute or two. I was outside the pub waiting for 15 minutes. I was absolutely grand. Right? I only had 5 drinks. But long story short, my dad went around a couple of the bars looking for me, right? But he used to be a teacher. He knew all the bouncers, right? So 1 a.m., a 68-year-old walks into the Claremont nightclub, knows the guy in the desk, another ex-student, goes, yeah, my son, yeah, how old is he? Probably not here, too old.
I know all about it. I felt too old. That is hilarious. That is good.
Yeah. So I had a good golf week. You were at a hen.
I was at a hen.
Liscannor, good place to go for a hen or for a weekend?
I love Liscannor. I had my own hen there as well. Look, it just has a couple of really nice houses. We tend to go up to Lahinch, but Dolly's in Liscannor is amazing for coffee. But as you were talking about your golf, I was saying to myself, I'd say in 1 month, you probably play golf more than I do in 6 months, but this year is my year of change.
Reps.
Yes. Yeah, reps. It's all about the reps. And speaking of reps, I have my first club matches in 2 weeks' time over in London. And guess who my playing partner is?
It's not Kev, if that's how you've set it up. So I don't know.
Her. Chloe Ryan.
Oh, go away.
Yeah, this is
Who are you going to absolutely hammer?
We're playing against Oxford University.
I hope you hammer them.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I text her because if listeners know, Chloe Ryan is an amateur golfer who plays out of Lahinch, out of Sunningdale in London, and she is one of the best amateurs to ever come out of Ireland, and she's such a good egg, and she's a great friend. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. In 2 weeks' time, I'll report back, and fingers crossed we can beat the Oxford ladies.
Well, they're good in the boat. They're not good in the golf course. And that's it.
Exactly.
They're good in the boat. So, right, news. So, news that I saw was I was hoping for a Jacob Bridgeman capitulation on Sunday, which never came. He led by 6 or 7 before they even teed off. Ended up only finishing by 1 or winning by 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, people give up that Rory didn't hold putts, but he hold plenty of putts to get him there. He was asked, was it on the last he hold that one out of nowhere? He was asked, how does that feel? And he was like, well, it may be like an extra 400, 500k, so I'm good with it.
Imagine 1 putt. But you know what was great for Bridgman after what happened last week?
Oh, yeah.
Like, to redeem yourself like that and come back, that shows massive mental resilience. And that was his first time at the Genesis as well. I'm looking forward to seeing him over the next couple of months. He could be like, what's that really cool guy who's just won 4 times who did the stinger? Can't remember his name now off the top of my head.
Got her up.
Got her up. Yeah, I feel like Bridgman could be like, have a bit of got her up about him. So yeah, well done to him.
I was watching it with my wife and she was like, why does he walk like that? He walks a little bit like a T-Rex, a little bit. Little bit. Casey Jarvis won in Kenya. I didn't get to watch any of it, but I was keeping tabs on Mark Power, who I've earmarked on this podcast as one to watch this year. He did get into the event. He did make the cut. He was top 10 going into Sunday. Now, he didn't have the Sunday he wanted, but it was good experience as his kind of first DP World Tour start of the year. Finished T48 with a 3 over on the Sunday. But yeah, reps. I wouldn't worry too much about the result. Got a paycheck. and made the cut as an achievement this time of year. Such short notice, I think, as well. He only found out maybe late Tuesday, Wednesday that he was in, so he had to travel to get there. So fair play to him. In Morocco at the moment, going by his story today.
Wow.
So I did check with their hotel planner there. So maybe he's just staying on the same continent in case he gets into South Africa later this week.
That's good. That's good.
Jeeno Thitikul. Now, I knew she was good because I watch headlines and stuff, but she won Honda LPGA in Thailand. Our own Leona finished inside the top 32. But it kind of made me very guilty because I was like, I don't really know who Jeeno is.
I do.
Right? And you do. So I said, maybe other people are like that. They don't, because PGA Tour, the guys like we know who Chris Goddard is, we know who Jacob Bridgeman is, we know who guys who aren't even the top 10 in the world. Jeeno's the world number one.
Yeah.
World number one. Tell me what you know about Jeeno.
I know how good she is. She's so cool, dresses really, really well. She's actually, I think, been in the top 5 for like the last 2 or 3 years because Jeeno's won a lot of times on the LPGA Tour. I think that's her second win, like in the last couple of weeks. I'll tell you now,
because I said, in the last couple of weeks, 100%, I said, how cool would it be to do a quick player profile of certain people maybe, and if people like these things.
Love that. Yeah.
So who is Jeeno Thitikul? Welcome to Scratch Social's player profile off the cuff. She's 23.
Yeah.
She's only 23 years of age. I feel like she's been around for 2 decades at least.
Yeah.
She joined the LPGA Tour in 2022. It's been absolute domination since. She's won 8 times. She was world number 1 before. She fell off it and she reclaimed it world number 1 back in August 2025. So yeah, Nelly was up there. She won like Nelly won like 5-6 times in a row. She just won the Honda LPGA, which was her first one in home soil. What makes her so good? She was 2025 Rolex Player of the Year. I didn't know there was this. She won the VAR or VARE, VARE trophy in 2023 and 2025. And that's for the lowest scoring average on tour. So
wow.
She's
didn't know that.
Absolutely steeped in ball striking. And like you said, she's known for how she dresses, relaxed, joyful, plays with a smile on her face, because she used to be quite hard on herself apparently when she, for poor shots. And she now approaches the game with it's okay, you have another one mindset, which I think is fantastic. So yeah, she is still on the hunt for that first major though. So yeah, I feel a bit less guilty now that I've done a little bit of research, or at least Gemini has done that for me today. Yeah, Jeeno Thitikul. So yeah, if there's anybody else you'd like a player profile on, Emer, just let me know. And Gemini
I love this segment. Well done. This is a new segment. And our very own Leona Maguire had her, I would say her first top 32 in a little while. Sort of fell out of form a little bit last year, but we know how amazing she is. So I'm delighted to see her shooting some really, really good scores because she is just so exciting and she's a fan favourite in Ireland. So fingers crossed for the season ahead. And with that, the LPGA Tour is going to have a lot more TV coverage this year. So hopefully we will be seeing more of Leona on our screens.
Hopefully Leona and Lauren and the rest. And I saw, it's not recent news, but just when we mentioned the women there, Sarah Byrne had a fall, I saw on her social media. I didn't know about that. I was like, well, I was looking for news for the podcast. And I was, what happened to Sarah Byrne? And it came up, she put up in her story, was it early last week, maybe the week before?
Yeah.
I know it's kind of
fractured her elbow. Yeah. Fell going out of the gym. On the ice. Poor girl.
Yeah. Here at home. So, but like, she did damage, like she did. I saw a medial ligament in there. So she's avoided surgery. So best of luck and hope the recovery goes quicker than you want. Miss Byrne, we are really looking forward to seeing you do your stuff as you do out on tour this year.
We really are. And we did an interview a couple of weeks ago together and I was just messaging her before it and she has such a great attitude. Like that girl has such a champion's attitude. So I think she'll be absolutely fine. And as you said, we wish her well and hopefully a speedy recovery.
Now, someone who is out of the game but has announced their quasi-retirement. What a segue. Michelle Wie West is coming out of retirement for one night only. Well, one night a week. She's been announced as a Women's Team Golf League, so WTGL, but she's also an investor in WTGL. So she's coming out. So I think WTGL needed that, like a big name.
Yeah.
And Michelle will draw people to watch and people to go, and vice versa. So, like, when I was a teenager, I might have been late teens, early 20s, didn't have two daughters, didn't watch women's golf at all.
Yeah.
But I watched Michelle Wie play golf.
Paddy.
She was class.
Totally. I can't tell you how much of an impact she had on my life growing up. I didn't want to watch the men. I wanted to watch Michelle Wie. And then when I look back, I'm like, oh my God, she retired young, but fair play to her. And now she's coming back. It's such a blast from the past. It's an amazing move from the TGL, from herself, for all the fans, because it brings me back to the big break days. I was watching the big break and I was watching Michelle Wie. And then you had like Paula Creamer, Natalie Gulbis, Annika Sorenstam was sort of finishing her dominance then. Like for me growing up, those players meant everything. So I cannot wait. I'll be watching UTGL ridiculously now because Michelle Wie is on it.
100%. And I tell you, if they recruit the likes of Natalie Gulbis and Paula Creamer and those folks, there'll be a whole demographic of lads and ladies in their 30s and 40s absolutely stuck to the TV.
Yeah.
I think I've changed my opinion on Mr. Jon Rahm, though.
Go on.
So we won't give you the deep dive on. Basically, the DP World Tour offered like an olive branch to former DP World players early this week or over the weekend to go, come here, this wasn't any precedence, but you're welcome back, sort out your fines and we'll take it easy on you. And top of my head, Laurie Cantor and a few more took them up on that. Jon Rahm was like, nah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. It'll work itself out. My fines are €3 million, which bear in mind, he got a 9-figure fee to go to LIV. The 3 million isn't even the compound interest that man now earns in the bank account. He's like, no, I'm good. It'll sort itself out. So I'm just questioning my support of that man, if that's his attitude towards it. Is the ego out here now that he's like, no, it'll sort itself out. Don't worry about that. Or does he know something we don't?
Yeah. I don't know. It's a funny one. It really, really surprised me again. But speaking of LIV Golf and fines and people, Ed Martin from Sea Point Golf Links sent us a message last week.
Oh, that's right.
Really, really good point. What has happened to Henrik Stenson? Paddy, can you please do a new player profile on Henrik Stenson?
Well, we're not sponsored by Gemini, but we're really testing my typing skills out here because this is off the cuff. Well, he was relegated off LIV. So he was in that bracket of people that didn't make the grade, but he was a team captain, so he still gets relegated. He finished in the drop zone, 49th place in individual standings. Love AI. He was overtaken by his own teammate Ian Poulter. Because it's a strict relegation system, he lost his guaranteed playing rights. He had the option to attempt to regain status through the LIV Promotions event. That's what Anthony came at 1, and then went on to win Adelaide. But reportedly, Mr. Stenson, former Ryder Cup captain for a short period of time before he signed for LIV, he chose not to do that. So of his own back, he was like, no, I'm not going to try and qualify for LIV again. So apparently, according to Gemini, up to date as of Tuesday, 24th of February at 20:52, when we're recording this, he has shifted. I didn't know this. He's shifted his focus back to the European circuit, and to facilitate its return, it might have been part of that olive branch. He has reportedly paid over £1 million in outstanding fines to the tour, because he was competing in LIV without permission. He resigned his membership in 2023. He has reapplied, and he is also eligible to play this year. So he has a route back under the Legends category because he won a major, you see. Yeah, because he won a major in 2016. So different to PGA Tour, they came out and said, if you've won a major since X date, but on the DP World Tour, there's actually a category. And it's funny enough, I was looking at the categories before we press record to see, does Mark Power's category get him into South Africa this week? So yeah, he has a Legends category. So yeah, current status as of February 2026, he is eligible to play in Europe. He may still face challenges entering the Rolex Series events because there is new tour regulations around those. So there you go, Ed. No homecoming, no welcome back, no celebratory, but he is a Swede. So maybe he doesn't want that fanfare anyway. But yeah, no homecoming for the former Ryder Cup star. But there you go. There's the player profile on what has happened to Henrik Stenson. He didn't do an Anthony Kim and went missing for 12 years though. So
we'll
see what happens to Henrik now this year.
Yeah, interesting. What else have you for me?
Another Ryder Cup star, Tommy Fleetwood, has continued his escapade of rampaging through the pro shops of the elite golf clubs of this world. So at AT&T, he was head to toe Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
And he rocked up to Riviera, where the Genesis was on last week. And I don't know, was there some jokes or did he actually pick it up himself? But he borrowed a top from Jason Day, which is Malbon, one day. He was wearing Lululemon slacks. And he was kind of combining some like no name, no brand wear with Riviera pro shop gear.
Yeah.
You know, a hat, or it was kind of block colors, and the baggy pants era is back for Tommy Fleetwood. So I bet he feels like 15 again. So my question about that is, what is your pro shop pickup?
I, for the last couple of years, have bought hats. I have so many hats from different golf clubs. I'm starting to move towards gilets now. I do love a got. Now they're way more expensive than a hat.
That's an expensive upgrade.
No,
that's an expensive decision.
No, it is. But my two main things are really like, because I have so many hats and I'm never going to wear them, you know, never going to wear them all. But I actually buy a golf ball at every golf course I play. So I was even trying to look back on like all my junior golf days and like figure out where I've played, because I have so many golf balls now. So that is such a good question. I'd have to say the majority of items I get if I go somewhere are caps. And then I'm trying to buy like a gilet or a top from... That's not too expensive, of course. What about you?
Very, very good. No, I've a follow-up question now.
Okay.
Stall on there, McManus. So, do you know there's rules around? Well, rules. There's urban myths around wearing certain logos. So, like, you can't be wearing 2 top 100 golf course logos at one time. For example, you can't be wearing a Tralee hat with a Portmarnock gilet and and a Royal Portrush polo, right? No. So my son is breaking all the rules because he's going around with Tralee and Lahinch and Portrush and little gifts from me here and there. But the question, so that's an urban myth, but that's kind of a rule to go by. But the question then is, what's your opinion on people? So like my son wearing a Royal Portrush polo, like it's the open polo, but he's never played there. So what's your opinion on people buying or wearing, what's your opinion on people wearing golf course logos when they haven't played there?
I don't care. Fair play. If you got the top, you got the top. Look, somebody they know has been there. No, I've no opinion.
It's a massive no-no. It's a massive no-no. No way.
Paddy,
no way.
I just am not that bothered. Like, I'm not. If somebody wants to wear a logo from a top, they haven't played, but they still want to rock the logo, fair play. You think it's a cool place, bring it. I buy people gifts all the time when I travel. Like, now I know not to buy you a present when I go back now in 2 weeks' time to London.
Not a logoed one. Not a logoed one. I do have and again, I play them. I do have we 5 now, like teddy bear.
Bear collection. I love that.
So I've got like a Ballyliffin bear, a Portrush bear, a Waterville bear, and they're the only golf thing inside the house.
That's so nice. Cool.
So they're actually on the entrance there, or the little hallway inside the house. They're on a little table there, a line of teddy bears from different golf courses.
I love that. I have noticed on this podcast you have a very big collection.
Massive spot on my forehead. Yeah.
You have a very big golf collection. How many golf tops do you own?
Well, I culled the wardrobe before Christmas because I tend to buy a hoodie.
Yeah.
I tend to buy either a Grayson hoodie, not the Cocoa ones. The Cocoa ones are the 100% cashmere, 500 quid hoodies, not them. About 100 quid, 120 quid maybe, the ones I get. So it's either Grayson or Holiness and Bourne or Footjoy if they have it. Footjoy first if they have it.
Nice.
So yeah, I have my own wardrobe in the spare room.
Nice.
On the bottom is like a Kia ones for like shorts and pants and whatever rain gears on the bottom half, and on the top half hanging is hoodies. I'm not the biggest fan of a quarter zip.
Okay, I love a quarter zip.
It'd be hoodies, yeah. I think once I definitely go 45, I might have to move from hoodie to all quarter zips. But for now, I'm still holding on to the hoodies for now.
Not at all. Not at all. Wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
That was
that's
good.
it.
Mm.
That's it.
So all of this golf news and chatter, and I'd be thinking about random things I want to ask you before this podcast, before we start recording. And something I've been thinking about is if you were able to change any rules in professional golf or bring in any rules, what would they be and why?
The divot rule. So they did something about pitch marks this year. So if your ball lands in a pitch mark or its own pitch mark, you can mark and move out of it. But for divots, you can't. And I just think, given many players, or stats anyway, there's a premium given to finding the fairway. So when you find the fairway and you're in a divot, you're in like the smallest bunker on the golf course, being in a divot.
Yeah.
If that's filled in. So that's number one. And there is different. Well, there isn't. The pro game is a different game to the amateur game. So what's wrong with having it in the amateur rules?
Yeah.
That you can place out of a divot. The other one, everyone talks about slow play and all that jazz. And I was kind of on that bandwagon for a little bit, like slow play on tour. But then I listened to things Scotty Scheffler. I was like, might have been the start of last year. And I was like, let's just, like, for the broadcast was whatever, 6 hours long or whatever, 6-hour rounds. But like, if we speed up or whatever, we're going to save 12 minutes a round. Like, that's not going to affect the broadcast. Do you know what I mean? I do think shot clock could be effective, but like, not really. So slow plays. I think the divot one is the big thing from a governance perspective. At the amateur level, I say no casual rounds if it was up to me. But I can't play that much golf, so casual round, I put 1 or 2 in a year. I would say no casual 9-hole rounds can be counting. Do you know what I mean? They can maybe contribute to your handicap or be up to 20 scores, but they can't be one of the green ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple of things there.
Nice.
Question. What would you pick? What would you change about professional golf if you were making new rules?
The divot rule. That's the biggest one, 100%. It's so unfair. As you said, if you hit the fairway, be rewarded for it. What I would do, like they do in paddle and in tennis, is your opponent calls the point in or out. So if you're in a group playing with others, they can decide if you're in the divot and you can drop out or if you can't. That's how it should be. That's the one rule I change. And I throw in the shot clock as well. To be honest, as you said, it will only reduce a player's round if they speed up by 10 or 12 minutes. But I just think it's for the people watching on TV. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to watch somebody standing over the ball way too long. And then the sentiment gets really negative online.
Well, that's what online is for. People in their keyboards being warriors. This talk about rule. The last time I played, the one time I played this year with the guys in at home, we were playing a bit of a match play match, and on the 13th tee, they were on about, I'll go now, and I was like, well, I'll just make you re-hit it because you're playing out of turn. And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, well, it's the rule in match play. If you hit out of turn, I can make you replay that. They're like, that's not a rule. I was like, Google it. Because I remember, was it a Solheim Cup? It was called, I don't know, was it Anika Sorenstam? Or maybe your favourite player, also from Sweden. And she holed out from like 50 yards or she chipped it anyway. And the American made her replay it because she was like, no, you played out of turn there. So you got to replay that shot. And obviously didn't hold out the second time and had the hole. Lost the match, I think. Don't know. I need to fact check the lost the match bit. But yeah, the American made her replay the shot. And obviously didn't hold out and did win that hole. So there's one for y'all. Need to fact check if that rule's still live, actually, because the lads never actually Googled that.
Another player profile.
Rule profile, maybe.
Nice.
Come here to me. A segment you did to me in the past that I'm going to turn around on you. This or that. We're about to find out who you really are as a golfer. This or that. No reshuffles. Are you set?
Yeah.
Links or Parkland?
Parkland.
18 or 36 holes a day?
36.
Bucket list trip or home club membership?
Bucket list trip because I have my home club membership.
No, or. If you to choose to being a member of your home club
membership
for a year.
then. If I don't become, yeah.
Okay. We're okay with clarifications, just no reshuffles.
Thanks.
Win your club championship or shoot your lowest score ever?
Oh, win my club championship. That's my goal.
Hang the banger. Hang the banner. Play Augusta once or have access to the open rota for life?
That is a tough one. If I have access to the open rota, does that mean I get to play the open course every year?
No, the open rota. Like there's 14 courses on that. You can play them whenever you want.
Play Augusta.
Walk with a caddy or ride in a buggy?
Caddy.
Roll the ball back or grow the rough?
Roll the ball back because it'll make no difference to me.
Be known in your club as the longest hitter or the best putter?
My ego says the longest hitter, but I think you'd be remembered for being the best putter, so I'm going with being the best putter.
I think you're right. I think in 60 years when you're long gone, they'll always talk about, remember her, remember him. They're best putter I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that.
Thank you for that.
Nice.
Thank you for that. Thanks for indulging me.
It's good. I will do another segment of those next week. And speaking of new segments, because we never run out of ideas on Scratch Social, I was thinking about your golf walkout song, Paddy, and I know you do often ask people this on Paddy Talks Golf podcast, and I want you to picture this.
I'm checking.
You're driving to Lahinch as you're in the final match of the South of Ireland. This is your dream. What song are you playing in the car or in your headphones to get you ready for that match?
So I asked this question, I'd say at least 150 times my own podcast, and I've never been asked. So I'm on, where's my camera? I'm on Spotify, trying to find it. And it is Rock and Roll Part 2.
By?
Rock and Roll Part 2.
Nice.
Not quite as smooth as the applause the other week that I had loaded up.
That was so
That's by
iconic.
Gary Glitter. Gary Glitter apparently sings that. There's a bit of drama around him, but the song is good. So yeah, that's my, I mean business today.
Nice. And if any of our listeners have any suggestions or any other walkout songs, please let us know, because I remember we did this at Christmas. I love knowing what people listen to or seeing their Spotify or their Spotify Wrapped. So listeners, please tell us your walkout songs, because they could just be so different and we want to know. And then we'll do a poll.
Was there a song on your Wrapped that you didn't want to share?
I'll tell you a story.
You're surprised, like, oh, that's a bit embarrassing. Yeah, that one's a bit embarrassing.
I'll tell you why it's embarrassing. So I love like Taylor Swift and ABBA and Beyonce, but I love Slipknot, I love Rammstein, love heavy metal, love it. And there is a song by Rammstein. Now, I didn't know the translation of this, and I just loved the song. And it was called, I was telling my colleague this, and I was like, this is my Spotify Wrapped, and Ruth, and she was like, not my Spotify Wrapped, but I was telling her before Christmas, and it was on my Wrapped. I was telling her I love the song by Rammstein. I played it, and she said, Emer, look at the title of the song. Do you understand the translation? And the title of the song, for anybody who knows German, is Dicta Titten. So it means big something. So I was like playing this, thinking I'm unreal.
Big memory glands. Yeah, okay.
Oh, but I'm going to put it in a golf video because I love it and I think it's so good. It's one of the best walkout songs ever. So please listen to it when you're in the gym because you'll get really pumped up.
Yeah, just don't show people the title. Since we're on songs, and this will be the last bit for this week, is, do you know when you're driving, for me it's when I'm driving home.
Yes.
So when I cross the toll from Limerick, I was going to say the nickname, but I'll be nice this week, from Limerick to Clare.
Yes.
And you're just on the down ramp there. So there's a thing that goes off in my brain, like, yeah, I'm home, I'm comfortable, right?
Nice.
However, when I'm on the way, similarly enough, you come over a bit of a crest of a hill into Lahinch before the speed zone. I generally put the same song on every time. Now, maybe I'm just a weirdo, right? I play Beautiful Affair by Stockton's Wing.
That is such a banger.
Right. And that was like number 3 on my Spotify Wrapped. And I was like, I didn't think I listened to it that much.
Paddy,
Because it came in from nowhere.
No, that's nostalgia. That's amazing. That's nostalgia. Feeling
so
like
people don't know what that is. This is out of my phone on. Anyway, Beautiful
banger.
Affair, Stockton's Wing. Everybody add that to your playlist this week. You will feel better. Yeah, that's some playlist. Stockton's Wing and Dick the Titten. Right. I did check the weather this week. It is looking up for a couple of the days. Saturday looks to be a washout. We'll try and get on course on Sunday. But Emer, up and down of the week for your good self.
Look, my up is that the weather is picking up and the evenings are getting longer, and I'm going to play golf on Saturday, which I can't wait. And my down is that there's just rain. Like, you're getting a bit of hope. I can't even clean my garden.
You're so Irish. The up is the weather's looking good, and the down is it's still raining. Fair play.
Yeah. No, look, I'm very lucky. I have nothing else to complain about, to be honest. So we're all good. We're all good. What about you?
The up is I was with Robbie Cannon last Wednesday.
How'd you go?
Better than I did when I was with him 3 years ago.
Nice.
So range most is better. However, he said mobility, a couple of takeaways people can learn and why you should go to a specialist like Robbie. Get into the DMs, tell him we sent you. Is, as you know, I've been doing more mobility now in the last 7 weeks than I have the previous 7 years. At least 5 minutes a day. Skip the odd day in February, but I'm still pretty active in February, right? And then, 2 or 3 times a week, it is like good 10, 15 minutes of moving around on the floor, holes and stuff like that. And after 10 minutes, Robbie said, you're better, but like you're doing a bit outside your warm. What you're doing is good, but it's not targeting the areas of your body that you need mobility in. So it's like warming up, which you do pre-golf. So it's fine if you're still moving around and playing golf, and it's good before a round of golf. However, for like long-term health, that mobility is like, you'll be good for like 20 minutes. And then when you kind of cool down a bit, your range of motion hasn't improved.
Yes.
And when he said that, I was kind of remembering, I do 90-90 like that over and back 3 or 4 times a week. And every week, there's no real improvement in my range of motion, right?
Yeah.
So he's giving me like a custom, but this is the mobility you need to do daily. And this is the mobility you would do before the gym program I've given you.
Nice.
So that was really insightful in that you can think you're doing a great thing every day in January and every other day in February, but unless you get something that's for you and for your body, you're better off spending a few quid. So the time and money, like the money's invested in the future time you spend on it, will lead to results rather than investing the time and getting no results.
Yeah, I'm wasting your time. Yeah, I totally agree. If you can do it, do it.
We might put that in a quote bubble on an Instagram post. It sounds very stoic.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my good. So I'm super pumped now more than ever to get back working out and shed a bit of timber. We're on a good path so far this year, dedicated to keep it moving. And there's nothing like a new program to keep me motivated.
Oh yeah.
So it's 6 weeks of twice a week, nothing strenuous. An hour is 4% of your day, folks. That's straight from Alex Ramosi, I think. But that's the up. The down, I'm worried. I'm coming a little bit too important. I'm worried I'm becoming too important at work. That I'm getting too much work to do. That I can't be taken.
This is good.
I know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm finding it hard to stay low on the high grass and get to the gym at lunch. I'm having to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym, like.
Yeah, you're achieving in work, so they want you more. I get you.
Can you do this workshop in this day? No, I just. But yeah, I feel
nice. Well done.
The down is I'm finding it hard to make the time, but I'm dead. Like I will make the time. So if I have to go to the gym at 10 p.m., which I'm looking enough to do in the shed here in Nice, I will go at 10 p.m. and get it done. So yeah, that's the up and down this week. We said we'd do a short one, and we've been here 40 odd minutes. So Emer McManus, thank you very much. Folks, you can all reach us where, Emer?
You can email us on podcast@scratchsocialhq.com, and you can slide into our DMs on Instagram and Twitter on scratchsocialhq. Please do. Ideas, suggestions, debates, gossip. Tell us it all.
walk on song, the whole lot.
Yeah, love it. Okay, folks, that's it for this week from me, Emer.
And me, Paddy.
See you next week.
Slán.